Hi, I'm Josie and this is my reflection on our final project. Our segment aimed to capture a classic Saturday morning at the beach. Using a green screen of the beach with the iconic lighthouse in the background helped establish the setting as Wollongong. We also laid out towels and beach toys to make the set more colourful and visually engaging. Following Talon's Welcome to Country, Sam entered with a monologue that raised awareness of the cultural significance of the beach. This aligned with the SBS Charter by educating audiences about Indigenous perspectives and encouraging a greater understanding of Australia's cultural heritage. After the monologue, Sam went for a swim but was stopped by a lifeguard who warned him about the dangers of the beach. During this scene, Sam and the lifeguard had a casual conversation about the risks people should be aware of when swimming. To make the scene more entertaining, Sam wore a wetsuit with budgie smugglers over the top. Following this, I entered to test Sam's knowledge and introduce a few guests for the Beach Banter Trivia Show. I quizzed the contestants on beach safety and spoke with them about their experiences at the beach between questions. The aim of this was to create a natural conversation rather than simply asking trivia questions. Overall, the segment flowed well and remained focused on the theme of beach safety. Combining cultural education with an interactive trivia game allowed us to communicate important information in an engaging way. During rehearsals, we realised that some of the monologue and trivia questions were too long and repetitive, which caused audience engagement to drop. As a result, we shortened several sections before the final performance. Looking back, I think I could have made the trivia questions more varied and encouraged more discussion with the contestants. However, nerves during the live stream made it harder for me to build on the answers and create the level of conversation I had intended. As the opening segment of the show, it helped establish the overall theme of a typical Saturday in Wollongong. Swimming at the beach or grabbing a coffee by the water are a significant part of local life in the Illawarra. The segment also transitioned smoothly into the footy segment, with the football being thrown between presenters to connect the beach setting to a Saturday spent at local footy. Within my group, I helped organise the overall flow of the segment and decide which scenes we would include. I also hosted the trivia section and helped develop the questions. To improve my performance, I spent time rehearsing and applying the feedback I received from both my peers and tutors. I also created palm cards featuring our show's branding to make the trivia segment feel more like a professional game show. I was able to contribute to the content of the segment by drawing on knowledge from week 7, when I hosted Lockie, a friend of mine who works as a lifeguard in the Illawarra. The information he shared helped inform our scripting and develop relevant ideas for our audience. In supporting our producer and director, I regularly contributed ideas in our group chats. For example, during rehearsals, we realised our segment was running a little over time and was repetitive, so I suggested ways to shorten both the monologue and trivia sections while still keeping the key information. This helped us stay within the time limit without losing the segment's message. One challenge I faced was balancing my responsibilities within the group while also working as a part of the marketing team. At times, I was unsure where my focus was needed most, and once the structure of our segment had been finalised, there were fewer tasks to contribute to outside of rehearsing my own scene. Another challenge was communication, as some group members were often difficult to contact and did not consistently contribute ideas or provide updates. While this occasionally slowed down decision making, the rest of the group communicated well and worked together to ensure the segment was completed successfully. I was the leader of the marketing team. I brainstormed content ideas and remained in contact with the marketing teams from other classes through the Discord channel. I filmed and edited videos such as Talon Mic'd Up, which was the most successful video on the Instagram page with a whopping 2,700 views, and the Guess the Segment based on emojis video. 2 of the other team members filmed and edited a behind the scenes video and a lights, camera, action trend. Our class had many big personalities, so I wanted to showcase this through our content to make our show more intriguing. I also arranged posters around the university and reposted content on my personal social media pages. I also shared the live stream link through Instagram, friends, and family. I know that all of these methods worked as we had a huge live audience and 250 views on our live stream. I also contributed to putting the show together by volunteering to take part in rehearsals to test segment timings and lighting. As a class, there were many ways we could have worked together better, such as improving communication between disciplines in the Google Doc and putting in more effort. It was clear that there were members of the class who did not care about the final product. I noticed this because some people would come to class with minimal energy and had little idea of what they were doing. This let down the rest of the class who wanted to create a great show and have fun with it. If I were to change anything at the class level, I would improve accountability and communication between disciplines. However, despite our struggles, I believe that the majority of the class got along really well and enjoyed collaborating. I have never connected with an entire class like this before, and I really value the connections and new friendships I have made. The most important thing I learned was how disciplines came together to produce a show. I thought the producer roles were extremely effective in organising each group and working with directors and technical specialists to ensure lighting, sound, timing and scripting all aligned. The design and marketing teams were also working well together, as marketing was able to brief logos and posters for promotional purposes. This allowed the marketing team to promote the show using consistent branding across social media and print advertising. Moving forward, I will use these collaborative skills in the workplace by leveraging my colleagues' strengths when working on projects. Thanks for listening.